Don't waste any more time when it comes to Paldean Fates. If you haven't got enough Paldean Fates in your collection, get it now. Guys, we all know the Pokemon market is going through an absolute bull market right now. On top of that, you got scalpers jumping in on the action. It's getting harder and harder to find value. Everyone seems to be chasing the next big thing, the next craziest set to come out. But you know what? There's always value to be found. Start looking, start getting creative, start looking where not everyone's looking, which is even getting hard within itself. Everyone's looking everywhere, but Paldean Fates, right? I want to talk about Paldean Fates. It is one of the strongest sets to come out of the Scarlet and Violet era. Obviously, nothing compares to Surging Sparks right now. That by far is the strongest set. But Paldean Fates, there is still opportunity there. There are still some ancillary products on the market that you can get at a fairly decent price. But don't wait any longer, guys. Paldean Fates is absolutely exploding in price. So let's just go through some of the sealed investments within Paldean Fates to see how they've been performing. In my opinion, Paldean Fates is one of the strongest sets to come out of the Scarlet and Violet era. I rank it up there with like the likes of Twilight Masquerade, and it's probably a bit more fun to open as well. But let's just go through it. The booster bundle display, which is 10 booster bundles that come in a display. There's 6 packets in each booster bundle. There's 10 booster bundles, 60 packets. These things up 83%, 84% just in 3 months, just in the last 13 weeks. This thing literally would have cost you, let's have a look at it, $277 3 months ago. Now you're paying over $500 US. I'm not saying it's not worth it, but that's a solid investment. Don't you wish you bought this 3 months ago, guys? Paldean Fates is on the move. It's time to stop sleeping on it. Let's flick through some of the sealed products further down the list. Here's the single booster bundle, 6 packets. This is $53. Again, if we flick back here, 10 of these would cost you $510, which would mean $51 per booster bundle. So it's slightly cheaper to own the booster bundle display with the 10 boxes. Slightly cheaper, like $2 a box cheaper, right? Over 10 boxes would be $20 cheaper, right? They're very similar, but not everyone can afford to buy 10 of these things. A lot of you are on a tight budget, as am I. And the booster bundle might be a way to go. But $53 is up 80% in 3 months. This thing was $29 3 months ago, and now $53 US. You'll see a pattern. All these Paldean Fates products are taking off. Here's the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box. Obviously, the Pokemon Center ETBs from the Scarlet and Violet era are really sought after. These are competing now with the likes of booster boxes, you know. Obviously, Paldean Fates doesn't have a booster box. The Pokemon Center ETB is like the creme de la creme from Paldean Fates. If you can get your hands on these, good luck. We pay a lot more for these down in Australia, which sucks. But this is up. It's doubled. 104%. More than doubled just in 3 months. These have all really shot up in the last 13 weeks, guys. The last 3 months. $74 3 months ago. $151 now. Guys, obviously the Pokemon Center stamped promo card that comes in these ETBs is really what drives the collectability and the investment of these products. And in this one, it's obviously the Mimikyu, which you can see on the display piece there. Here's the Pokemon Center stamped promo, and this thing's going bananas. I was lucky enough. I picked one of these up when this was pretty new from the secondary market. I think I probably got a 10. It's got good centering. I looked at it. I investigated the card really well. I picked it up. Anyway, I'm glad I have this card. I haven't yet graded it. But here's the raw price. 6 months ago, $5. $5 for this card. Now $35 raw. And 6 months ago, the PSA 10 was only $45. No one really cared about it 6 months ago. $45. Now $177 for a PSA 10. These are all US prices. This card, like the rest of Paldean Fates, is absolutely on fire. And that's what's really driving that Pokemon Center ETB, which has doubled in price in the last 3 months. Here's the Paldean Fates mini tin display. Now, in each of these little tins, you get 2 packets, which you're all probably very familiar with. You get 2 packets, and I think you get a... What do they got in there? A sticker sheet? A sticker sheet, which we don't really care about the stickers, right? We care about the booster packs. There's 2 packets in each tin. There's 10 tins in this display, so you're getting 20 packets. Now, this is up 65% in 3 months. Again, everything's up. Paldean Fates, everything's up. We're just going to look at which ones are up more, which ones are up less, try and find some value. as we go through this video, but everything's getting expensive. So if you're sleeping on Paldean Fates, stop sleeping on it. 20 packets here for $147. The display's up 65%. The 10 tin display's up 65%. So that's like, I mean, oh God, I'll put the calculations when I edit this video. There's just too much to calculate. I don't know what that works out per packet. I think it's about $7 something. But here's the 5-pack. Here's the 5-pack of the tins. That's only $56, $57. It's gone up 36% in 3 months. So not as much growth as the 10-pack. The 10-pack display. So $56, $57 for 5 tins. Again, if we flick back here, it's almost triple that price for 10 tins. So this is a pretty good pickup. 5 tins for $56, you're getting 10 packets. If you think about it, the regular ETB costs more than this, and you only get 9 packets for the regular Elite Trainer box. So this is a really good pickup. If you can find these 5 tins for $56, $57 US, that's a good way to get Paldean Fates, guys. That's a lot cheaper than the other tin display we just saw, or even the ETB when it comes to price per booster pack. Here's the Paldean Fates regular Elite Trainer box, $86. Now this has been a better investment, for example, than those 5 tins. It's up 93%, so it's been a better investment. But when we look for value, those tins, you get 10 packets for like $30 less than what you get 9 packets in the ETB. So maybe those tins are a good option if you can find those 5 tins. I know they're not necessarily a more popular product, but look, people are going to be trying to get packets for the best possible price, however they can, when all these sets take off. Start looking at price per pack. Get back to the roots, get back to the foundation. We want to get the packets as cheap as possible, however we can, wherever we can. Those 5 tins so far are probably the best way to get Paldean Fates. The ETB is the ETB, not the ETB. The ETB is beautiful. I love this ETB. I love Paldean Fates, everything about it. It's a great set. It's a beautiful ETB, and there's no reason not to get it. It is going to the moon, this thing. I'm lucky I picked up these on Amazon during Amazon Day or Amazon Week several months ago for like 49 Australian dollars, which I think is about 30, 32 US dollars. So I'm really happy I've got a few of these in my set quite cheap. But that aside, where was I? Yeah, Paldean Fates. Look, I'm gonna put the price per booster pack on each of these products when I edit the video. There's just too much to calculate right now, guys. I'm only human. I'm not a robot. Yeah, I'll put the price per booster pack on each product as we go. And you guys can work out what's the cheapest way to get into booster packs throughout, you know, these different sets, these different products rather. Here's the Skeledirge EX Premium Collection. This thing's up 24% in 3 months. Would have cost you $46 3 months ago. Now it's $59, $60. This is the only bloody premium collection from Paldean Fates I don't own. I own the Masquerada and the Quackerville, which we're going to look at. This one, I'm quite annoyed at myself actually. This one literally popped up the other day on Amazon UK for a really good price. I put it on my watch list in my cart to pick it up, and literally within hours it was gone. I'm so mad at myself because that's the only one I still need. And I like the Skeledirge. I like this premium collection, and it's the most expensive one out of the 3 premium collections. But you get 8 booster packs in this thing, I think it is. Let me just double check. Yeah, 8 booster packs in these premium collections and a few promo cards. The jumbo card, which I don't know if those jumbo cards are really worth anything or if collectors care. But look, you get 8 booster packs. Really nice premium collection. Here's the Masquerada, $51, so about $7 less, $8 less. It's up 18% in 3 months. Here's the Quackerville. I think I've got 2 of these only and one of the Masquerada. I haven't got many. It's just so hard to collect everything and chase everything. I'm not a rich investor yet. I have a very strict budget like everyone else. So I just don't own everything, unfortunately. And I don't own the Skeledirge. I own a couple of these Quackerville. If anyone wants to swap, let me know. This one's $48, so this is the cheaper of the 3, but still up 22% in 3 months. Would have cost you $39 3 months ago, now $48. Here's the tins. There's 5 booster packs in these tins, in these Paldean Fates tins that I'm going to look at. The Charizard, obviously the most expensive. You've got the Charizard promo card right on the front. This thing's up 39-40% just in 3 months, guys. I'm really looking at a 3-month window. They've all gone up over the 6-month period, for example, but 3 months is really when they started to shoot up 3 months ago. you need to get on the Paldean Fates train, guys. $40 3 months ago, now $57. Now, when these Paldean Fates tins hit stores, I went to plenty of stores looking for this Charizard tin. They all had dozens and dozens of the Iron Treads and Great Tusk, and nobody had the Charizard tin. It sold like that. Like, it just sold, as you can imagine. I found one of them buried in one of the stores. I've only got one of these Charizard tins, and I'm holding on to it for a while. Let me tell you, I love it. But that's the most expensive tin, $57, up 40% in 3 months. Here's the other Charizard, the International tin, which only has 4 booster packs. It's up 46% in 3 months. I don't have this one. And let's look at some of the other tins. Here's the Iron Treads EX Paldean Fates tin, up 50% in 3 months. $23 3 months ago, now $35. This has actually performed really well. This is still, I think this is still quite a good pickup. You're paying basically, I think it's, I don't know what the promo card's worth in this. I honestly haven't looked. It might be $1, it might be $5, it might be $2. I haven't looked. But the promo card aside, you're looking at almost $7 per booster pack, right? Once you take out the price of the promo card or the value of the promo, you're looking at $7 per booster pack. $35, 5 booster packs. You know, it's about $7. These are still a good pickup, I think. Again, I'm going to put the prices per booster pack for each product on the screen, and you guys can kind of work out where the value is, which product you want to try and buy at a good price and whatever. Just get Paldean Fates however you can. That's the Iron Treads. I do have, I'm sure I've got these. I can't remember how many. I've got 1 or 2 of each of these. I can't remember. I've got that much crap. Not crap. Good crap. I've got that much of this stuff. But that's the Iron Treads. One of the more affordable entry points to Paldean Fates. Here's the Great Tusk. $33. Not much cheaper than the other one. And again, up 51% in 3 months. $22 to now $33, $34. 5 booster packs inside. Here's a really overlooked item that hasn't had much growth. Up 7% in 3 months. And really, that's really happened. Yeah, it's not much. It's pretty flat. It's pretty flat. 7% on a cheap product. You're talking about $1. $18, now $19. No one really cares as much about these because it's just such a small item. Even if it doubled in value, once you sell it with eBay fees and that, there's not, 1% of a watermelon's better than 100% of a grape, right? So these are just not really popular. But you know what? You get 3 packets in there for $19. You take out the promo card and the sticker for $1. Let's call it $18. You get 3 packets. You're at $6 a packet. These are easy to post, cheap to post. They don't weigh much. Or just sell the individual loose packets, or just keep them. These are a cheaper way to buy Paldean Fates, but they're just a small entry level item. They're not that exciting. But hey, it's one of the cheaper way to buy Paldean Fates. This might be flat or up 7% on the last 3 months, but this tech sticker collection, they're gonna go up too. They're still gonna go up. You think if the rest of Paldean Fates goes to the moon and back, that these 3-pack sticker collections aren't going to be worth double or triple in the next couple of years? They're still a good pickup. They're a quick little easy cash flow product to have in your collection. Why not go get a few while everyone else is not looking at them? You don't always have to follow the crowd, guys. Look where no one else is looking. Just find the value. Again, get these booster packs the cheapest way you can get them. That's a really fundamental, foundational principle of how I invest. Obviously, I prefer booster boxes, Pokemon Center ETBs, ETBs, and so on. But just look for value where no one else is, okay? $23. This is a Paldean Fates Iron Treads International tin. You only get 4 booster packs. It's $23. Again, if you took out, say, $1 for the promo card, I don't know what it's worth. It won't be worth much. And let's call it $22 for the tin, 4 packets. You're at $5.50 a packet here. That's even better value than that tech sticker collection. This is one of the best value products, I dare say, is this International Iron Treads EX tin. $5.50 a booster pack. That's a pretty cheap way to get Paldean Fates, guys. Paldean Fates, the top 10 chase cards in Paldean Fates add up to almost $700. It's like $670, $680 for the top 10 chase cards in Paldean Fates. To give you an example what that means, guys, that's stronger than the top 10 chase cards in Paradox Rift. It's stronger than the top 10 chase cards in Scarlet and Violet Base, Obsidian Flames, Temporal Forces. Even the top 10 chase cards in Paldean Evolved only add up to about $530, $540. And that's good, and that's strong for Paldean Evolved. But the top 10 chase cards in Paldean Fates are worth more than the top 10 chase cards in Paldean Evolved, worth more than the top 10 in Temporal Forces. If this was a booster box, by God, it would be going bananas right now. And it is a strong set. Get Paldean Fates, stop sleeping on it. There's some of the products. Assess this information how you will. Go and find it wherever you can at the best possible price. Let me know if you're interested in Paldean Fates. And if not, why the hell not? What have you got in your collection? What are you looking to add to your collection? And thanks for watching the chase card. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.